ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to Beat the Book. As always, I am your boy, Big Al Better, joined as always by my boy, Matty Betts. Matt, how are you doing this fine evening?
Big Al, I'm doing great, man. Ready to talk about the Bears. Talk about then their
Yes,
chances here with
indeed.
Caleb Williams. Oh man, I am excited here. You want me to run through like off-season like add-ons, losses? Like you want me to talk about that or not?
Yeah, go, run with
I
it,
mean, I
brother.
was gonna say we could just skip it for this one. I mean, it's not like it really matters, right? It's just like the best OC in football or something like that. I mean, there's something going on there with the Bears. They're all stoked. They added Ben Johnson from the Detroit Lions, as we know. Once Ben Johnson got there, pretty much right when he got there, they just kind of just found a different level. Lions just started just being the number one scoring offense in football. Seemed like every single year. So Bears signed him, hoping that can help a little bit with Caleb Williams' development and just like the offense in general as a whole. So we'll see about that. Still Caleb Williams there. He's still the quarterback over there. Kind of like a mid to good, I guess you could say. Rookie season for Caleb Williams over there for the Bears. They did lose Keenan Allen, didn't re-sign him or re-sign him to another deal over there. Also added Joe Tooney to beef up the O line because Caleb Williams last year was getting murdered. That O line was not that great, so they added Joe Tooney. That should be a big help there on that O line. He's been great for the Chiefs the past couple years, so hopefully that helps the Bears a little bit. I know in Chicago, very high hopes for this season.
Yep,
Caleb Williams' second year. Hopefully, it's not like a CJ Stroud like year where it's like, good first year, average first year, and then second year, hopefully, they're hoping he takes that next jump, the next step. That's another reason why they tried so hard to get Ben Johnson, just to hopefully send Caleb Williams to the next level for that second year and, not get into a second year slump, as they might say.
absolutely, absolutely. All right, well, without further ado, I think we kind of covered it all. They got the two-headed beast running back, Roshan Johnson and DeAndre Swift, right?
Yep, it's still Swift is the one. Roshan's kind of like the goal line guy, the bigger running back. Swift's the faster one, obviously, as the name might suggest for some people. So, hmm
Absolutely. All right, well, without wasting too much time, let's just go ahead and hop into this. We got week one taking on the Minnesota Vikings at home opener for Ben Johnson and his new revamped Bears. How do you see this one going, Matt?
all right, week one, dude. I'm sorry, but like week one against the Vikings, even though Vikings in this one, this is pretty easy. I think the Vikings are kind of going to be off to a little bit faster of a start. All their team, their defense too. Like we always say, like defense travels when you're talking about like road games, and then when you're also talking about just like a part of a team that's going to be uh, kind of just better week one is always the defense. Like we've talked about this like a ton, where it's like week ones the defenses are always just better. I think the Vikings have a better defense. So given the Vikings here, we got Justin Jefferson there too on the offense, Jordan Addison. So give me the Vikings here, in week one, taking on, the Bears in this one. Sadly, the Bears lose this.
Absolutely, I could not agree more. I've got the Bears losing this one also. Like you, for all the reasons you mentioned, Kevin O'Connell's great. You're basically just plugging in the new quarterback. Everything else stays the same, and that defense is ferocious. So yeah,
Mm-hmm.
give me Minnesota as well. Moving on to week two, we're going to Detroit. Week two, wow, we're just Minnesota, then right to Detroit. At Detroit, week two, how do you see this one playing out?
I'm gonna give them a loss here, but kind of with a little bit of a caveat here. Like I don't think I really have to talk too much about the Lions here in this one. It's a little bit of a revenge game, you could say, for Ben Johnson. I don't think so. I think it's gonna be a revenge game for Detroit. They're gonna kind of just pounce on them. But I think we will see a really big jump from week one to week two in this one for Caleb Williams. So keep an eye out for that. I think Caleb Williams really just kind of lights them up a little bit, especially against that defense. But they still lose up in the end, and I think they still kind of get smoked. But I think Caleb Williams does look great and has a good game.
Okay, yeah, I think he's gonna get absolutely murdered by Aiden Hutchinson and the boys. So I've got them also taking an L here. I don't think you go in and take out the top team that was in the NFC North last year. So yeah, give me Detroit on this one. So Chicago takes an L. They start 0-2 in my book. They start 0-2 in your book. Moving on, week three, they head to no, they go back home and they take on Dallas.
Dallas comes to town. Dak and the boys say it ain't so. Dak, CD Lamb. Who else they got over there? Oh, what's that one guy's name from the
They've got
Steelers?
George Pickens.
George Pickens, and he's gonna be picking it up in this one. Give me the Cowboys here. I got the Chicago Bears losing, starting the season 0-3 with two home games. That's terrible.
Dang.
But also this schedule that they have so far has been awful. So we'll see if it gets any better as we keep going on. What do you say about
Yeah,
this game though?
I surprisingly think they're going to be able to win this one. I'm not as
Shocker.
high on Dallas as you are, but I do think you can't start 0-3 in this new era. or they might be saying fired Ben Johnson. So I think they're going to get the win here against Dallas. They'll lose their divisional games, and then coming out of that, Dallas comes to town on the road. Dallas, a dome team. Not that the weather shouldn't be too bad this early in the season, but I just don't think Dallas is going to roll in here and take the dub. So give me Chicago to get their first dub against Dallas.
Yep.
Moving on, week 4, they head to Sin City, baby, Las Vegas. How do you see this one playing out, Matt?
I think they win this one on the road. I know it's kind of like a weird game, but I kind of view both these teams very similar. Where it's like, obviously the Bears don't have as many new toys as like the Raiders do. Like with the running back, they still have their second year
Mhm.
tight end. And I think Pete Carroll, Geno Smith, that whole entire like organization, like kind of like the switch that they made with just the head coach, the quarterback, got a new running back. I think Raiders will be good, but I think it's just a little too early. And I think this is where you really see Ben Johnson's like style come out on the road in Vegas. I think Caleb Williams, he's still a young kid, he loves Vegas, so give him a little bit more excitement in this one. I think the Bears win.
Okay. I'm on the opposite side of that. I think they're going to lose this one. All the reasons you just said about the Raiders, I love. I think Pete Carroll and Geno give them some stability. The new running back should be great. That defense is going to be awesome. So, no, I think Max Crosby and the boys do enough defensively to slow down Ben Johnson's attack, and I think that the Bears defense can't quite stop Vegas's offense. So, give me an L here. I've got them. We both have them starting 1-3. So, moving
Mm-hmm.
on, we got Week 5 taking on Washington. How do you see
No,
this one
week
playing
five's
out?
a bye week, one of the earliest bye
Week
weeks we've actually
5 is
seen.
a bye. Yep,
But
you
like
are
week
correct.
five is one of the earliest buys that we've actually seen. We just did the Vikings. I think that Vikings was like week 6. So
Well, buys start week 5, so there you go.
yeah, there you go. They got one of the early ones. I think that is actually like very important. I'm not sure. We haven't looked at Washington's schedule yet, but um, I'm gonna guess that Washington's gonna have a little bit later of a bye. So give me off a bye with Ben Johnson. Give me a win here on the road. This one's a tough one too. Like this is gonna be
Really?
tough, but I think the Bears can actually do something here on the road after a bye. Give me a
Wow.
win here against the Commanders because I don't really like that pick, but I could see it just kind of this is the shift. Like this is just the shift at Washington on the road. Hey, we'll see. I like the Bears here. Give me a little wild card here, a little upset for the Bears.
Okay.
And
Okay.
not
I
like
see. I
Washington.
sense a little bear love here.
Commanders
That's
fans
fine.
are not going to like this pick at all, but I'm just saying, like, yeah, give me a win here on the road.
Yeah, I'm not even a big Commanders fan, and I don't like that pick. I've got
You're
them
also not a
also
big
losing
Bears fan
this
though at
one
all, though.
coming off the bye. I think they're going to lose this one. Washington is a premier team in this league right now, based on what they did last year. So I think they can. They're gonna do some damage. Jaden Daniels was incredible last year. I don't know. There's no reason he should fall off.
I
So
called it
yeah,
too,
give me
by the way,
Washington.
last year, but
You did call it.
mm,
Yes, rookie of the year, Jaden Daniels. You called it. If you guys would have bet it, you would have made some money.
mm-hmm.
But yeah, I've got Washington in this one.
Yep.
Moving on, week 7. We've got going back home again, taking on New Orleans.
And that is a big win right there. I don't trust the Saints this year at all. I think the Saints are kind of in a down year. I think they're one of the worst teams in the league. So give me a win here by the Bears. Right after the win after the Commanders. This is a good little two game wins. I mean, right now on my slate they're 3-3. I think that's a good place to be here by week 7 after a bye.
Yeah, and I mean technically on your screen they'd be 3 games in a row because they won the game before the bye in Las
Yeah,
Vegas.
that's right.
So you've got 3 in a row. I am with you. Walk step. New Orleans should not be good this year. The Bears are not going to totally suck, so they should be able to win this one. So I also have them winning. Next we got week 8. They're going to Baltimore.
See, in this one at Baltimore, like it's like you want to like be happy about the Bears, Ben Johnson, and all that, but it's like, dude, like with this schedule so far, it's like you're 3-3, but you're fighting an uphill battle at this point, dude. At Baltimore, yeah, give me the L here, real quick. I wanted to be
Yep.
optimistic about the Bears actually having like a good year and stuff like that, but it's like the more I look at this schedule, it's just like how, like unless Ben
Lock.
Johnson actually is the guy that we think he is, and that he was in Detroit, maybe we have a whole different thing, and maybe they start 7-0, and we're just look like a bunch of idiots. But I don't think that's the
Right.
case at all. Give
Nope,
me the tried and
lockstep
true.
with you. The tried and true Baltimore Ravens. Lamar's only lost the NFC twice in his whole career, and the second time was last season. So up to then, he'd only lost once to the NFC. We have to trust that. That's too good of a stat. And if you guys get sick of hearing that, you're going to hear it a lot this whole year when we're talking about Baltimore. So moving on, we have Week 9 at Cincinnati now.
See, in this one, and I think that this game too will be a shootout. You're on the road in Cincinnati. Cincinnati, we know Cincinnati is, just their defense is not great. So I see Caleb Williams really throwing, probably take both the overs on both these quarterbacks in this game. But I'll give them the loss here. I think Cincinnati wins that game. I do trust
Okay.
defenses more than I do like offense, but in this game, it's like I don't trust the Bears defense enough in this game. Not against Joe Burrow, who should have technically been the reigning MVP in my opinion, but you know, didn't really go anywhere and didn't make the playoffs, and that obviously factors in. So
Even though they say it's a regular season award. But yes, we agree on that, and we agree on the pick. I also have Cincinnati winning this one. I think the Bears lose this one as well. It's just I think Cincinnati is too good, and if it's going to come down to final possession and you got Joe Burrow with the ball with Jamar Chase, I don't see how the Bears win that. So yeah. Anyway, moving on. This one should be a little bit better for them. They come off this two-road stand against Baltimore and Cincy, and they get to go home and play the New York Giants.
that's a win right there. I trust the defense and then Ben Johnson's offense a little bit more than I do the Giants. So give me a home win there for the Bears.
I am in lockstep with you. We've agreed on the last three. That's awesome. Yep, I also have the Giants losing this one, which means I've got the Bears winning it. I just, yeah, I think they can hang with these teams that are kind of in their area, and New York's one of the teams I think is in their kind of their neck of the woods. All right, moving on. Week 11 at Minnesota.
At Minnesota, this one's going to be a loss. Sorry, you're not going to go into Minnesota. Minnesota has a better defense, and I would say they definitely have a better offense too with Jefferson and Addison. So kind of like what I said at the beginning of the year. Obviously, that was a home game against Minnesota, but like Minnesota is just a better team in my opinion. Week one, than they're going to be, and I get that you could make an argument, but yeah, this game that we're talking about right now at Minnesota, give me JJ McCarthy and the boys over there. Give me the double JJs over there to win this game at home.
Okay. No, I'm kind of with you on what you're talking with Minnesota. It's hard at the start of a season to put in a whole new system when they're coming in with their old system, where all they had to do is just put in a new
Yeah.
quarterback. But in this game, I'm actually going to disagree with you. I think the Bears are going to go into Minnesota and get a dub. I think they're going to get the job done. I think this is deep enough in the season where you've had time to work through the kinks and where Caleb should feel comfortable in the new system. Defense should be clicking pretty nicely. Yeah, give me the Bears here to go into Minnesota and get a dub.
Okay. Don't agree with
Next, we
you.
got week.
Don't agree with you on that,
No,
but
that's fine.
that's
We
fine.
haven't agreed on half of these. That's
Yeah,
fine.
that's fair.
Moving on. Week 12, they go home. They play Pittsburgh.
And I'm giving them a win here against
Wow.
Pittsburgh at home. Yeah.
Really?
This is where I think that it has to turn around a little bit, right? You got to get a couple wins, kind of like that early game against at the Commanders. You got to get a couple wins here. Like if you want to have a chance. Like I don't think that they probably will. Like we'll look at the rest of the schedule and find out. But this game against the Steelers, like Steelers going on the road, I like the Steelers defense a lot with TJ. They got Jalen Ramsey back there too. Like that's fine. They lost Minka. Who cares? But Aaron Rodgers against this Bears defense, which should be pretty good. Like it was pretty middle of the pack last year. I think the same thing against Rodgers in this one too. Like I already know the argument that you're gonna come with too. But hey, Aaron Rodgers isn't a Packer anymore. He's not a Packer anymore. Doesn't matter. Oh, he's gonna come in there. You already know what he's gonna do too. He's gonna get a touchdown or something like that. They're gonna be up by 10 points, which will be fine. And he's gonna go over there. Yep, he's gonna do the belt thing, and then he's gonna look at his watch, and then look at the crowd, and he's gonna point and be like, "I still own you." And it's gonna be like, "Okay, cool." He's gonna point at the logo on his chest too. And he's gonna be like, "I'm a Steeler now. And guess what? I still own you." And I don't think that's the case. I think Caleb Williams is gonna do that to Rodgers on the sideline and maybe even get a penalty for it. But I think that's going to happen.
Okay. Okay. I'm on the opposite side of this. I think the Pittsburgh should be a great team this year.
Obviously, we already knew that
Aaron Rodgers does own the Bears. He still owns the Bears, and he always owns the Bears. So give me that W.
It's his favorite place. It's his favorite place to play, right?
Aside from Dallas,
Green
Dallas,
Bay.
because that's where he won his Super Bowl.
And Green Bay.
So, and Green Bay, obviously, Lambeau Field is the holy land of football. Yeah, so give me an L there for the Bears. Next, we got them heading to Philly in week 13.
We'll just put a real loss here right now. I don't think we really have to talk about this one that much. I think we can kind of skip past it.
Yep, I'm with you. Too tough of a team, the premier team in the NFC. I don't see how the Bears get that done. Week 14, heading to Lambeau Field, heading to the Holy Land, heading to Green Bay. How do you see this one playing out?
This one will be a loss on the road at Green Bay. Sorry, that's just not going to happen. You're not going into Green Bay. Jordan Love will beat you. All the receivers there. Their first round pick. He should be their first round pick. What's his name again?
Matthew Golden.
Matthew Golden, obviously, Matty Betts. My name's Matthew. Got to represent another Matthew. Matthew Golden at this point of the season should be in full stride. Should be, in my opinion, hopefully, I'm hoping that he will be like the solidified number one. He'll probably be like the solidified number two. I still think Jaden Reed or Romeo Dobbs still has a hold on the number one position over there. But it is Green Bay, and Green Bay kind of just does whatever they want to with the receivers. There's a new number one every week. So, yeah, but give me a loss here at Green Bay. You're not going to be able to win that game, I don't think.
I agree with you. I don't think the Bears go into Green Bay and get the job done. Maybe they can win a home game against Green Bay, but I don't see them winning one on the road. And for all the reasons you stated, and I am a Packer fan, that is a L for the Bears. Moving on, Week 15, you're taking on Cleveland. They come to your house. How do you see this playing out?
This one's a big win right here. Big win
Okay.
against the Browns at home. Defense looks really sharp. Caleb Williams looks great and amazing in this game too against the Browns. So yeah, give me a win here for the Bears at home.
Okay, I am with you 100%. Win for the Bears here at home. I think the Bears are, like I said, down the stretch. I could see them being pretty good, and Cleveland, I just don't know what they're going to be, and so for that reason, give me the dub for the Bears here. Moving on, Week 16, taking on Green Bay again. This time they're at home. How do you see this one going?
I got the Bears getting a win here. I think they split it with them too. It's just one of those games. I think it's like, yeah, the Packers say, hey, we own you and all this kind of stuff, but it's like, yeah, I don't think it'll happen here. Not with Ben Johnson at home. Give me the Bears here in this one against the Packers.
Okay, I don't think Jordan Love has lost in Chicago yet. I'm going to continue to think he will not. So I have them taking an L here. I think Green Bay sweeps them on the season. It's maybe they're on the come up, but I don't think it's this year. So give me an L there for the Bears. Moving on, Week 17 at the San Francisco 49ers.
Only way that the Bears win this game is if Christian McCaffrey is hurt, or if San Fran has already solidified the number one seed and they don't have to play their starters anymore, which in Week 17 I doubt it, especially with the Eagles too. So yeah, give me a loss here at San Francisco.
Okay, I am with you 100%. Unless Brock Purdy's hurt, I don't see a way for the Bears to win this, especially on the road. And then Week 18, close out the season at home against Detroit.
And this is going to be a win. And you can think about a lot of things. If, like, the Lions have already won the division, then sure, they get it. But this is the second game against Ben Johnson, or a revenge game for Ben Johnson. So, first one they
Sure.
lost in Detroit. Didn't think they were ever going to win that one. This one at home, I think this is the Ben Johnson revenge game because he's at home, and they do win. Regardless
Okay,
of if there's
I
playoff implications or not, I think that the Bears win this game 9 times out of 10. So.
would it shock you if I told you I have them also winning this game?
Oh, that actually does shock me a lot. I thought you'd be like, no, the Lions destroy them. But then again, you don't like the Lions at all. And like in your like mind, you're like, okay, if they lose this game and win this game and lose this game, then
No,
the
no,
Packers
no,
win the
no, no,
division.
no,
So yeah,
no, no, no,
our
no.
in-house and on-show, in studio residential Packer fan. Um,
Bro, I got blue
yeah.
on. That's Detroit colors.
Yeah, you just had them lose this game against the Bears. You would never say that.
Well, like you said, there's tons of things. One, you could say Ben Johnson's system's fully in place. Two, you could
Yeah.
say Detroit's already tied up the division. It doesn't even need the game. There's a bunch of things. Also, the Detroit, which is a dome team going outside in the cold in Chicago,
Yep.
Week 18 in January. Like that's
There are
going to be
there
chilly with
are
all that.
reasons to this. And
Absolutely,
levels
absolutely.
and layers, which a lot of people might not think about when they're talking about like their game predictions and stuff like that. And Jared Goff does
Amen.
not play good on the road. He also doesn't play good really at all outside. So,
Nope.
hmm
All right, you have the Bears winning 8 games, Matt.
yep, 8-9, baby.
8 and 9, and I have the Bears winning 6 games.
Shocker. That's a
Six
big
and
shocker
11.
right there. Yeah. hmm
Which I don't know. They have a tough schedule.
They do. It's
They
not
really do.
easy. I will say everybody in this division does though. Everybody in this division has
Yes,
a
they
tough
do.
schedule because of the division that they have to play in the AFC.
Absolutely. You want to tell us what the books got their line at for wins this
Yeah,
season?
so right now it's at 8.5 is like what the win total is set at. So you got over 8.5 at plus 115, and then under 8.5 at minus 135. So
So slight lean to the
yeah,
under.
so for me, I would be on the under. You would definitely be on the under, um, because they're under set at eight and a
1,000.
half. So I don't know. I could see a
Yeah.
game going the other way if you wanted to get a little bit of money for it and go over 8.5. Because there are a couple of these games that they technically could win. Like But
Sure.
I mean, a lot of these games, it's like I don't think they're ever gonna win at Philly, at Green Bay, at Baltimore, at Cincy, at Washington. I gave them a win, and I could see them definitely losing that game. I just think that that's one game after a bye week, an early bye week too, where it's like, okay, we're gonna hit practice really hard and actually like fine tune some things because we haven't seen what we've actually liked. And like even the home game against the Cowboys, maybe the Cowboys do suck, and maybe Dak's off to a slow start because he missed all of last season or most of last season. So there's definitely opportunity there for them to win games, but like the odds that we're seeing right now, like a lot of these road games are like you wouldn't look at it and be like, oh yeah, the Bears could win this game. It's like no,
No.
definitely not.
Baltimore,
Eh,
Cincy,
you got San
Philly,
Fran near the week
San
17
Fran.
at San Fran.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Right.
right. Like, and yeah, obviously
Yeah.
it could change as the season goes on. You have injuries, you have playoff implications, stuff like that. But we have to take these teams for what they are. And as of right now, Niners are healthy. You know, every team is healthy right now except for a couple teams. But like, yeah, as far as like the teams that they're playing against, all of these teams that they have to play against, they're all healthy. So yeah,
It's a
I'm not.
killer's row, dude.
Yeah, exactly. It is too. All these road games are tough. Only one that's they have one easy road game, and that's at Las Vegas, and that's the easiest
Right.
road game. And saying that with Vegas' new like their new revamped offense and everything, yeah, I don't know. It's gonna
Right.
be a tough road though for the Bears.
Absolutely. All right. You got anything else to say to the fine people before we sign off out of here, Matt?
Nope. I just want to say it one more time. Duh, Bears. That's it. I'm good.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, thank you guys for tuning in. We will catch you guys in the next one, and stay tuned here. We're still doing all these schedule breakdowns. We got a lot more coming your way. So, as always, thanks for tuning in. We'll catch you guys in the next one.